If you're tuning in now or after the live, I greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Hamza, welcome in. John Hall, good evening. Please make sure to hit that like button if you're watching now or after the live. And consider sharing this far and wide so that more people can see this and we can have a more thorough discussion here within the XRP community, as I thoroughly love XRP. I love the fact that more people are showing interest in the last few days, and the fact that for the ones who do own XRP, you're able to see a little bit of momentum here within the charts. So that's always good to see. So we'll see exactly how this plays out. I'm going to do a nice little intro here, and then we're going to get started. So I do thank everybody for tuning in. I know it's going to take a minute if anybody comes in. Mark, welcome in. So we have a few things we need to look at, but I'm going to timestamp this real quick, and whoever comes in to watch this, hopefully you see it now or after it's available. Codizer, good evening. Jorge, hello. Adi, good evening. Messi, welcome. Here comes a few of our friends here right now. Good evening. 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, October 24th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan, the same state that plays tricks on us, the same state that just 26 hours ago we were at 31 degrees. Today it went up to 74 degrees. It's a nice kick in the old Groteskies. John Hall, welcome in. I'll get to the rest in just a sec that I see here. Eddie, Jorge, Messi, CJ2 Pilot, Dean, the Big Masty, welcome in. Yes, indeed. Crypto Scrooge, welcome in. Make sure you guys are watching Crypto Scrooge as he's approaching that 1,000 subscriber milestone. He does a phenomenal job with everything that comes on the XRP ledger, mainly solo, but he covers everything in between. The Gatman, what's going on, my friend? You're welcome. You're welcome. Charlotte, welcome. Well, let me make sure it was fading away. But XRP right now, up 2.48%. We're in a beautiful spot right now. Let me just start out by saying XRP's in a fantastic spot. Charlotte and Tanya, welcome in, loves. Wow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so. I love when I see these names in here. Tanya, I hope you're having a good evening. Renee, welcome in from the great state of Oregon. My aunt used to live there before she tragically passed away a few years ago. My Aunt Paula, rest in peace. She used to live in Michigan, but moved many years ago when I was younger. My favorite aunt. Matt Holden, good evening. Rob, welcome in. Just bought 787 XRP. Messi says, interesting. So XRP right now, as we look into it, XRP, what I wanted to see today, as most of you know, this is the wrong chart, but as most of you know, I wanted to see a close no worse than 55 cents. Yes, 57 cents would have been nice, but 55 cents is that beautiful next level pivot. And then we can start going from there. Yes, you could bring it down a little bit, but I like that 55 cents firm. Give it a little bit of credit. So that's where I'm looking at. I'm looking for a close here today on the daily, as I'm looking for it to layer out here as we continue our bullish momentum. It's beautiful right now. Broke out of the bull flag, which pushed us out of the bear flag setup, which also pushed us over this incredibly difficult pattern formation that we broke back into. If we would have stayed in here, it could have brought us all the way until 2024 in December, and it could have had us as low as 35.5 cents. But as of right now, we've pushed out, and now we're looking to validate my level, so we're going to make it a little easier to see like this. And right now, what we're looking for, if you're like, okay, Tom, what do we need to do to close today? We need to close over 55 cents. It's that simple. And right now, we've got a lot of room, so I'm very confident we're going to close over 55 cents. Rob, welcome in. Rob, welcome in. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We've got 52 people here already, 34 likes. Please make sure to hit that like button, and we can continue to expand this discussion. So, while we're all here together, we might as well take advantage of our time. We've got the golden cross here that's playing true right now. And then in the daily time frame, we're trying to invalidate the dot cross, which has not happened yet. Like I've been saying, 1 or 2 more daily closes that continue to trend up like this in the same manner, we should be able to invalidate this. And then, in order to officially invalidate the structure, we're going to have to come up to that 62.5 cents, which is in the rising channel on this pattern formation. And that's the next major move up here. If you take out all of the short-term moves, This started in June of 2022, and we're basically within a rising channel. And this is how we look to be in a bull flag or bear flag, but it got disguised in a bull flag. And a breakout above would be a catalyst to break out to 63 cents. Now, it's hindered on the fact that we needed to break up past a few levels, and so far we've done it beautifully. Now we need to hold 55 on a close and then 57, and we're off to the races. Do I think we're going to get up to 57 today? Probably not. As much as I would love to say we're going to skip 55 on the close, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Because I don't see us closing over 30 billion in the market cap. You could close maybe slightly, but you need to be a little bit higher. You need to be over 30.89 billion to satisfy that close. Right now, over 57 cents. If you get up to 32.23 billion, you might be pushing the doorsteps to 63 cents. So, or 57 cents. And then you would have to come up, 57 cents. But you would have to come up if you want to fulfill that 63 cent move. XRP's market cap is going to have to be up here about 36.66 billion area. And that's the rising channel on the market cap. That goes back the same distance as on the XRP price action. So that's what we're looking at. So in your heart of hearts, if you think XRP's got enough steam here to garner a 36.5 billion market cap, then we're well on our way to a 63 cents. What I will say is the Bitcoin dominance continues to explode. It's up to 54% now, on its way, as we predicted, at a 62% clip, that it's going to come up to probably, well, it already hit our first target of 52.29. That was a guarantee. Our 62%, I can't say guarantees, but I thought it was a guarantee. But our 62% chances, it's going to come all the way up to 57.3%. With everything I've seen in the current market conditions, I'm actually willing to up this from 62% to 68%. So a 68% chance that we come up into this area. We've already satisfied the technical move, first layer. Now we're just trying to put in the bullish handle. If we do that, that's well on our way to 57.33%. And the Bitcoin dominance is exploding, and that means that the Bitcoin price, it's either falling at a lesser of a pace than the altcoins are, or it's rising at a more incremental level than altcoins. And right now it's rising at a more incremental level. It's just, it is what it is. Marvin, welcome in. Tom, good evening. Yes, it is exploding, Crypto Scrooge. Mo, thank you, Tom, for the continued, and I will finish reading that in a second. For the continued support and advice, hit the like button, everybody. Yes, please hit that like button, like Mo said. Thank you, Mosey, here, for tuning in consistently. Yes, Tanya, my love. I'm gonna go over XLM now. We'll go over DGB tonight. XDC. For you, I'm going to go over H-bar, and we're also going to go over Algo, and then we'll see what happens after that. So real quickly, for everybody tuning in, we've already got 71 people in here. Incredible. Make sure to hit that like button. It does help, and this is where some of you will leave, because you're going to be like, oh, I don't want to watch anything but XRP, but that's okay. So XLM sitting down 1.08%. We came up beautifully right now to this first layer of resistance at about 12 cents. Now we're going to see how we consolidate. We need to get above this channel here to start pushing up here. So right now, XLM's a nothing burger until it breaks this formation. And then what will probably happen is you're going to have to try to ride that uptrending support. But if we break out, and let's just say XLM does come over here and it does attempt to break out, that could still get us up to about the 15.3 area. I'm going to delete all of these because I want to keep with a technical move. But that's what I'm looking at if we were to break up. If we break down, we already know. The only difference is now it's just going to come down to 8.7 instead of all the way down. And we can actually, what's this say? We'll put it out here just to kind of line it up. So that's the only difference. So a breakdown or a break up. And now with the current market momentum, looks like another inverted hammer here on top of the 200-day and the daily. I think we got a chance to move out here with XLM. With everything we're seeing, this has a chance to move out. It really does. So just pay attention to this. If we do break out of that level, we could be looking for a push up to almost 16 cents, 15.3 area. To the moon, yes, Brian. To our own short-term move. Angelo, welcome in, love. Do I have a Twitter? I do have a Twitter. I just don't talk about it. I just post my updates. honestly, or X, whatever the hell they call it these days. I never talk about it, but it has like, what is it, 1,100 followers. I just literally put down when I'm going to, my content. That's it. I don't talk any mumbo jumbo. So if you're looking to stay on top of the content, that's a good way to do it. So that's XLM. XDC within this descending, I think it's kind of, we could say it's like a bear flag, but it could be a descending wedge forming, or just a falling channel if we don't want to get too into it. Right now, XDC is trying to invalidate the short-term movement, and we're doing a pretty good job here. We need to come back over the 5-cent mark, but XDC is still working within this pattern that garnered support here on the 200 in the daily, which means in the 4-hourly, we're trying to invalidate this movement. We need to come up and hold the 200-day, which is at 4.9, and if this plays through, this bull flag should get us out over to about the 5.23 area. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. If we do come down and invalidate that 4.75 area, that's when you know something's wrong. DGB's due. It's been due. We talked about when it was at the bottom if you hadn't bought yet. It's a beautiful spot to buy at 0.05, 0.06. Roughly, that's about essentially where I bought. Maybe a little bit higher, but not by much. It's within about the 5 to 7% ratio right now. Well, not anymore. But where I told everybody if they wanted to buy, they could buy. All of this is a good buy. But DGB was due. It's due, even if it's a bearish push, it was due to come up to 747. Now it looks like it might be trying to put in a bull flag here, so we need to watch. The short-term momentum is certainly flipping here with DGB. And now we're starting to make that push up, but we need to get on top and hold 747. Then if it does that, DGB is so overextended on the selling that it should have a nice push up to 989, maybe even farther. But that constitutes a hold at 747. Hell, the hell with it. V-Chain. I watch all these anyhow. I might as well show you. V-Chain's having a first layer breakout. It broke out of this formation, and now it can continue to come up to what looks like a broadening wedge, which is also like a bear flag here, but it isn't a broadening wedge. So if it does break back to the top, you could be looking at a move all the way back to 3 cents. First layer would be to break out and hold where it's at, but you're going to have to come up and over this major resistance before you can even attempt 3 cents, right around the 2.2 level. So just watch this play out. It's a very interesting pattern, but it's very easy to understand when you start to see it. 175 is where you're looking for a hold on V-Chain if you're going to continue this move up. ZIL is at 1838. Looking at this downtrending resistance here, we're in a similar formation, same broadening wedge, same kind of bear flag, and it's looking to break out just like ZIL. So I'd be looking at a move up to about the 2 cent area, and then to see if we can try to make a parabolic push out to 3.4. ZIL's looking exactly like V-Chain, so I crisscrossed it. But ZIL looks almost identical to V-Chain. It's just it hasn't broke out like V-Chain. It's the only difference. ZIL is still within the structure. V-Chain broke out of that same structure. Now it's starting to push its way up. So Casper, hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Casper 2 is finally starting to make its breakout. We got to buy in this descending structure as long as we needed. And we got done buying our 10,000 tokens plus. Now we're pushing out on the daily time frame, looking for that first push up to the daily time frame. But the 4-hourly is where we've had that golden cross. So you very well could get a retest down here at 3.2. It's not necessary, but oftentimes that does happen. If you get an overzealous breakdown, you could retest the 307 level. But this looks like it could be off to the races to 413 in the very, very near future. H-bar also is looking pretty darn good. It's trying to fulfill our technical breakout. If we get a hold here, which we have so far, we should come up and finish this off in time to 573. It's taking its time, which is what we want. We have a golden cross in the 4-hourly, and now we're trying to validate that. And I think we're going to finish pushing this off in time to about that 573 level. And then if we hold that, look out. Look out. Right now, though, H-bar is looking very bullish. A very big W reversal that's now starting to play out like we theorized the other day. And it should start playing out in a very bullish fashion here in the immediate short term. Flare up, or down 0.43%. Anybody who's been watching, we bought 10,000 tokens. Just about 0.008, whatever it was. I can't even remember the exact number. And we're anticipating a move by Flare. I don't know what happened to my chart, but that's okay. I don't really want to get too into Flare right now. But we'll just watch this as it goes. But Flare's going to end up starting to break out into this area. about the 1 cent possibly. But if it starts moving up, watch this cup and handle start forming right around 103. And then if it pushes that, you might be able to start breaking out here 20-25%. But that all remains to be seen. And last but not least, Algo. Algo is up 2.44%. We were doing it on FOMO Fridays for a very long, or winning Wednesdays for a long time. And we ended up buying 7,800 tokens, but now it's over our formation where we wanted to buy. I know it's still dirt cheap, but we had that structure we wanted to buy in that falling channel. It's come outside of it now. Now we embrace, we sit back, and we relax and watch what we've done and see what happens. Can we make a rally up to that 136? Because at some point, we're going to have a parabolic breakout of 200-300% here. Just to retest that old structure at the top. It has not retested that one time. And except for here, we have not retested that again. We've just consolidated out. Generally, you're going to have a big retest up here at some point. That's a better than 200% move from here. So can it happen? I don't know, but we've converged a lot. Now we're looking for a golden cross here, which is all but certain to happen here after this daily close here in about 30 minutes. Or after the close in this candle. Actually, we've already had the golden cross. So these are flipping very bullish very quickly here. So we're going to see if the broader market supports it. But even with XRP, we're looking at a very bullish close here over 55 cents. And it would help if I was on the right chart, but a very bullish close indeed here. Yes, I did see the Ripple uphold deal. I absolutely did. I absolutely did. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. Here, I can pull it up right now. So if anybody hasn't seen, Ripple teams up with Uphold to bolster cross-border payments infrastructure. With the partnership announced Tuesday, Uphold has agreed to provide Ripple with enhanced crypto liquidity capabilities to support and improve its cross-border payments infrastructure. I don't want to read through all of this. I'll do this separately and maybe do a small update with this after at some point tonight. I don't know what time, 10, 11 o'clock. I might put this out there when I'm bored. But I'll read through all of this. They do have a partnership. It's to advance liquidity. And it sounds like something pretty good. They said, we see the tokenization of real-world assets as about as exciting as anything else out there, Thielen said. If you apply the technology to industries that have been around forever and are fraught with manual processes and no liquidity and latency, there are some real opportunities where so much cost can be taken out of the equation. You can get pretty clever as these use cases unfold. So they're pretty excited about their partnership with Ripple, and they've been hinting at it for a while. So I'll put a more detailed update about that. And I have your attention here. I know it's been 18 minutes. I appreciate 86 people here. Please make sure to hit that like button, as it will greatly help push this content. Consider subscribing to the channel if you do appreciate my work. Brian, have fun for the rest of the day and be safe at work. I do appreciate you tuning in while you can. I greatly do. Thank you so much. And then Judge Therese today of the U.S. District Court in New York has formalized the dismissal charges by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, against Ripple executives Brad Garlinghouse and Christian Larson. Judge Therese of the U.S. District Court in New York has officially signed an order dismissing the charges brought by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, against Ripple's leading figures Bradley Garlinghouse and Christian Larson. This signature confirms the termination of allegations related to Ripple's XRP sales practices. The signed order dated October 19th puts an end to the SEC's claims against these executives, with both parties bearing their respective legal costs. As reported by you today, the SEC unexpectedly dismissed charges against the top Ripple bosses earlier this month. Garlinghouse took to social media to laud the decision and criticized the SEC for its aggressive stance. He bemoaned the SEC's alleged misuse of taxpayers' funds. Despite the celebratory mood, cautionary voices emerged among some of the leading legal experts within the industry by voluntarily dismissing the case against Ripple's senior leaders. The SEC may be looking to hasten the appellate process, sidestepping the lengthy trial scheduled for late spring. And can the SEC still win? As reported by you today, Attorney Jeremy Hogan compared the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC's chance of winning against Ripple to the New York Jets winning the Super Bowl, estimating a mere 2.4% chance of SEC's victory. Hogan's analysis indicates that the SEC would face a complex legal path to secure a win, including potential appeals and further court evaluations. The process could be so prolonged that Ripple might even appeal to the Supreme Court if the SEC manages to navigate the earlier stages successfully. So that's what's going on with XRP. Judge Sure dismissed his case against Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. We've got Uphold teaming up with Ripple to boost their cross-border payments infrastructure. We've got XRP looking for a magnificent daily close here to hold over that 55-cent level. As we've talked about earlier today and even this evening, that level is what's next. After that, we're going to look for a close over 57 cents unilaterally. And then if you can get the close day by day over 57 cents, then you can finally start looking at that 63 cents as all of the resistance. If we can get past 55 and 57 successfully by having daily closes above both, I like to do it in unistep day by day by day, then 63 cents will be on tap. Anything short of that, this can fall very bearish very quickly. Just because of we could overextend ourselves. We haven't yet. But we need to understand anything manipulated up can also be manipulated down. US dollar is exactly what we need to watch. You guys are absolutely correct. Hey, today, Tadas, welcome in. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. HR, welcome in as well. What a magnificently beautiful crowd we have in here tonight. What a beautiful crowd. I think our show is worth more than 60 out of 87 likes. So if you do respect me or appreciate my work, please hit that like button. It does do so much more than you could ever imagine. The US dollar currency index is trying to bounce off the 200-day and the 4-hourly. We're trying to put in a strong W reversal, and if we do, we could be coming back up to 107.27 to try to get back into the rising channel. I still find it hard to believe that they won't try to push that 109 pattern formation resistance. But hey, when it's manipulated, they don't have to do a damn thing. They can do whatever they want. So I want to relax with some cannabis with everybody. So if you're here, I know I've been talking a lot for 22 straight minutes without taking a breath. If you have any questions, this would be a fantastic time. I would like to continue looking at the XRP market cap because I think there's a lot to be dissected here. We know we're in the rising channel, but our major resistance right now is 30.899. And if you do continue to bounce off of this as resistance, you very well could come back down where the golden cross point happened at 28.5 with the 20-day or even farther. It's not out of the question. You could retest 28, but I think where we're at, I think we're in a good spot. What does everybody think? If you're watching, we have a pretty nice crowd here tonight, 81 people. Let's what do we think about XRP right now? Do we think it's more bullish or more bearish? Just out of curiosity, do you think we're bullish or bearish right now? And in your opinion, is 55 cents the key to today's daily close to continue the push? Tanya says bullish. Hey, Crypto Scrooge, I'm awesome that you're joining me, mate. Stand bullish. HR bullish at the moment. The focus has bullish short term, at least agreed. Melomania, we are in a good spot for ISO to push us on. Exactly. We are. But if we're going to continue this to be any more than a short-term rally, we've got to do it by level. And right now, we're doing it spectacularly. You want to get that added consolidation so that you can get liquidity for each and every successive move up. So you should always see a nice correction. So we pushed up to, on the market cap, we pushed all the way up to on a wick to 31.3 billion. Now we're back down to that 29.79 billion. So a nice healthy correction. Ajax 63 sounds pretty good. It sure does, but we have two major resistances to get by. And on the market cap to get the 63 cents, we got to get past 30.89 and 32.23 billion. Sam, thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. I know we haven't talked about donations or anything like that. I greatly appreciate you paying it forward. That is so awesome. Going back to earlier question, Tom, what's up with the Ripple Uphold thingy? I mean, right now, we can only speculate. I read a little bit on what was going on with it, but they're partnering with them. They partnered with Uphold to bolster their cross-border payments infrastructure. And the main thing that I can see out of this is Uphold said, we see the tokenization of, so they're considering tokenizing real-world assets with this partnership. That's what I get out of this. This is the money shot, as I would call it, if you want to call it something. This is the money shot of the article. We see the tokenization of real-world assets as about as exciting as anything out there, Thielen said. If you apply the technology to industries that have been around forever and are fraught with manual, with manual processes and liquidity latency, there are some real opportunities where so much cost can be taken out of the equation. You can get pretty clever as these use cases unfold. So I think it's pretty obvious. Well, not for everybody. It's pretty obvious for the ones who understand what this means. For some of you, I'll explain it. I think it's pretty obvious that when they say that they see tokenization of real-world assets, they're looking at XRP in place of Swift, in place of other things as payment processors that'll be a fraction of the cost. That's what I see here. That's what I see here. You can tell me if I'm crazy. But there's a reason why Uphold stood behind XRP from the very beginning. And remember, what's the other thing? Isn't it interesting? What's the other thing Uphold specializes in that most crypto exchanges don't, that I always talk about? They have the licensing to deliver precious metals around the world. To do that, you're on another level with security clearance. It's just that simple. They are absolutely getting rewarded with the partnership. Kind of 63-ish push around 53-ish for the retest. Very well could be. But if you get a push to 63-ish, your first layer retest, if you get back below 57 and 55 and come back down to this 53.8, all you're doing is you'd be re-pushing. In that scenario, Tanya, you would be breaking out just to retest this pattern breakout. So you go all the way up to 63 cents, all the way up here, to come all the way down to the pattern breakout. That might not bold so well. What would bold better is if you came up to, you want it to do 63, maybe 57 if you have to, and then come back up. But what you're really looking for is after you hold 57 cents, a breach above 63, hold it, and then push out. A rejection at 63 very well could be the end of this push. So we need to be very careful on the retest back down. Yes, 53 cents is more. It's in the cards. It could be in the cards. And that would be your last ditch effort to hold in that area. It's like 536 is what I would say. Very observant, Tanya. That's very observant, because that's a very, very key area right there at 53 cents. I'm proud of you for understanding that. We have a very wise audience here. And then if you hold the 53, you would still be above the 524 pivot level. Does everybody understand where Tanya was looking at and why she pointed out the area around 53 cents? That is a critical level if it were to break back down. Because then you end up back in that bull flag, bear flag setup. And you don't want to break back down. But that would show a sign of strength. You are learning very well, Tanya. You've done a fantastic job. Everybody in here is doing a fantastic job. That tunes in and tries to participate, you can't give a wrong answer. Remember that. We will find a way to put a positive spin if you're new. Trust me, I say a lot of stupid things, but I run the show, so, you know, I run it real, there's no editing, so when I say something stupid, everybody gets to see it. And that's how I like it. That makes it authentic. We make mistakes, we're all human, but we learn from them. So, I mean, for XRP, I think we're looking fine. We're trying to come up to the rising channel. Yes, we do have 53.6, 53.7 underneath. But we have, before that, we've got this 55 cents that now takes precedent. Now that we broke out of the short-term formation, and this one has every little possible setup underneath, which we don't need to look at right now because we're breaking out. We want to now hold 55 cents. We've already had a close over the 53.6. Now we're looking for another close. First 55 and then 57. This is how we have to do it. Sean Paul. Hey, thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. That is incredibly generous. I need to wait for another comment so I can see the rest of that. But how incredibly generous was that? Thank you so much. We can see the inverted head and shoulders played out here. Sean Paul, get a G on me time. Hey, I appreciate that greatly. Will do, my friend. Will do. Every time I light it, I forget to keep hitting it. I probably lit it 7 times. But I feel very comfortable where XRP is right now. I'll tell you if I feel like it's flipping bearish. Right now, I don't see it. Right now, it's nice and bullish on this short-term move. If we close below 55 cents, well, yeah, then we're in a little bit of trouble. But right now, this daily close for 16 minutes, it looks pretty nice. This is an inverted hammer if it pulls down. Just a little, actually, anybody watching, is it fair to say this is probably an inverted hammer? That's probably an inverted hammer in this 4-hourly. The daily candle. I mean, it's a big one, but it looks like a big inverted candle. Is that an inverted hammer candle? Exactly, I'm KP. That is very true. But we can start to guess. Is this an inverted hammer candle? It's an awfully big one, and if that's the case, that's a very bullish move. That's a very bullish setup above 55 cents. It has room to pull down still a little bit on this inverted hammer. If that's what it is, same thing as yesterday. You could see the exact same move tomorrow. We've had no downside pressure the last 2 days at all. Zero, none, zip. And these are expanding volume too. We've got, what is this, 18.81 million yesterday, 31 million today. These are good performances. This is good performance. And it very well could be an inverted hammer. It's a big inverted hammer, but I think that's what's going on here. And it's an overextended inverted hammer if it is, but that it looks like and we're bullish right now. That's a bullish inverted hammer candle, and it's already on the pump, so so hard. It's so hard because look at, I mean, I think we're on the side of an inverted hammer. I really do. It's a long wick too. It's not as big as that one. Whoops. It's not as big as that wick, but that looks to me like an inverted hammer. Yeah, 536 already retied. It absolutely did. Yes, it did. We had a daily close above 536, and then today is the push above 55 after the close above 536. Indeed. We've already done this by level. We're doing exactly what we need to do in the daily time frame. Exactly what we need to do. We bounced out here, had a close over the 536, 537. We can say 538, but it's actually lower. I like 536. We had a close over. And then over here now we're looking for a close over 55. Then tomorrow we'll be looking for a close over 57. And then in the days to come, we're going to be looking for a close over 63. Then we have 71 on our way to 85. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the way this breaks down. And there's not much more I can add to that besides that. I appreciate with 95 people here, we've got 89 likes. That is absolutely phenomenal. And I hope every one of you appreciate XRP as much as I do and enjoy being here as much as I enjoy presenting to each and every one of you. As my cat is on my house. Ghost! This cat is awesome. My cat is awesome. My cat, and I'm going to show everybody, my cat right now is on my house. My cat. Jesus. Well, you guys got to see how she gets off the house. Hi, Ghost. Just in time to say hi to everybody. Come here. She loves her attention. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Okay. So, Tanya, welcome in, my birthday sister. Our birthday's coming up quicker than we want to admit. And, you know, I will say I hate when our birthday comes up because then it's only a week to Christmas Eve. Am I giving away too much, huh? Hi, Tom, I'm late, so I'll watch it from the beginning. Oh, thank you, love. Thank you, Mal. And thank you for the continued support. I mean, it really does mean a lot. Got a lot of people in here tonight. We were up to like 102 people just now. I really do thank everybody. So as we continue on this little journey here, we're still looking for this close in 10 minutes. We're looking for a close in 10 minutes above 55 cents. And that's the gist of it here tonight. If there's anything you get out of this tonight, 55 cents. 55 cents is where we have to close. So I'm going to be ending this here shortly as I'm all talked out. If there's anything else anybody would like to add, I think we've had a spectacular so far 36 minutes. If there's anything else anybody would like to add, we've went over a lot of stuff. Please rewatch this from the beginning. I'm not saying I'm leaving right this minute, but, you know, every good thing has to come to an end. Tokenization, Carnival's with the late day Sparket report. Apps, thank you, Addie, for the $4.20 donation. That's awesome. That's awesome. Ajax, how are you, my friend? Yes, MKP cats do love to climb. Just want to see if I missed anything with Ripple today. As we're looking beautiful. I think it's the news we already covered. I think we're pretty good here. I think we're pretty good. I think we've got the gist of it all today. I think we've covered a lot. I like that we go beyond the charts and we can get into the news, we can get into some of the reports. But a Wall Street giant has suddenly declared crypto winter over as ETF hype pushes Bitcoin over 35,000 and the price of Ethereum and XRP soar. As Lee Corso says, not so fast, my friends. Let's do this properly before we can declare that. But everybody, yes, have a good evening. We will be back tomorrow evening. So if you appreciate the late night updates, please tune in. I'm going to go make sure the kids are good. My son is doing good and the girls have school in the morning, so they're going to have to get their showers soon. So, and then I like this. This is one thing I did want to read. Biggest movers, XRP, since we all have XRP, extends recent gains rising to 8-week high. XRP, formerly Ripple, was one. XRP, formerly Ripple. Oh, God. I guess I would expect that out of Bitcoin.com. XRP was one of today's biggest movers as the token rose by as much as 10%, trading as high as 581. So, man, oh man, I love it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's all I got, everybody. Have a good night. Mario, good evening. Jacob, welcome in. I thank everybody. Have a blessed night, and I'll catch you tomorrow evening for the daily live for